Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? Hey, Denise, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Hey, Nance, how are you? Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Nancy, can you be my timekeeper today? Keely had a appointment. She had an obligation today, and so if I could use somebody, I will try really hard to watch it myself, but you know, sometimes I just get going and I'm not even paying attention. Hey, Mom, how are you? Carmen, everybody is loving your banner that you created with the Krista candy corn art printable. I love that you showed the versatility of them and your innovative style that you still. Hey, Laura, how are you? All the way from Florida. I hope it is good there. Hey, JC, how are you, honey? So we have so much to cover today. I feel like I say that every day, but anywho, so Tuesday. Okay, so next Tuesday, I will be presenting something that I have been keeping under wraps forever and a day, and I can hardly wait to share it with you. So we won't be doing an art printable that day. We will be doing, hi Renee, hey Sarah. I will be showing you something that I collaborated with a company from England. So I can hardly wait. I can hardly wait to share that with you on Tuesday. So be sure to tune in on Tuesday and watch your social media. We'll be posting from Tuesday on. Thursday, hi Dad. Thursday, we will be, I'm going to be debuting another new art printable, and it is called Joyce Ann, and that is after my Aunt Joyce Ann. You know, a friend said, I'm getting to know your whole family. That's the truth. I have an amazing family. You should all be so lucky. So, a couple of reminders. Remember that November 7th, we are going to be making this ornament. Me, along with all kinds of other amazing artists, are going to be sharing ornaments and the how-tos, little mini classes, like an hour long over the course of a couple days. Be sure to join Ornamentally Yours on Facebook, and you'll see the details there. This week, like I said, so Carmen shared an amazing banner that she created with this Krista art printable, all candy corn. So be sure to check out my Instagram and my Facebook. It should be on this and Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook. Be sure to check that out. And then my sister's, Teresa, hers is all little mini daisy kind of 70s flowers. And then Aunt Myrrh. So Aunt Myrrh was just, hey Lena, hi Carrie. Aunt Myrrh was just released Thursday. So that's super big, you know, we just love big flowers to color, don't we? And then Aunt Patricia, which is for my Aunt Dee Dee. I didn't print off a clean one. I just have my painty one from Tuesday's class. But here you go. If I move that stuff. There's a lot happening in this house today. We had the painter came and gave us a quote for painting the outside of our house. And Jeff's mom called at the last minute and said, hey, are you all right if I come over for a visit? Because she has a friend who's driving over in this direction. So we said, yeah. So, you know, we had to clean off that spare room bed. So anyway, here's Patricia, very autumnal. Hi, Rennie. How are you? anyway, acorns and oak leaves. So I thought that I would kind of do a little recap of, because I had lots of things kind of all happening at the same time, and even more is coming. So that's Tuesday, and so remember, Tuesday will be different because I have a new product line coming out. And then next Saturday is regular Saturday. I was going to do Bible journaling that day, but then we had this unexpected house guest come. So I just bumped it out a couple weeks to November 14th from 10 to 12. And then our regular Saturday class will happen right after that. So you can sign up for it on my website. This is the first time I've done that. So if somebody wants to be the guinea pig and try out, make sure that I did all of the right technical things signing up for the class. That would be great. If not, I'll call my sister and she'll do it. So anyway, if you are new here, please follow me at Corbiere-Scott Designs at Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Do not follow my Ann Corbiere-Scott Facebook page. Don't send me a friend request there, because that's my family and friends. That's my family page. I have a giant Catholic family, and so I try to keep the two separate as much as I can. But without further ado, I can't wait to talk to you about today's artist. So today's artist hails from Australia. I think I told you that. And her name is Queenie McKenzie. And she is okay, I'm gonna try this. She is an Aboriginal artisan, I should say. So the cool thing about Queenie, so I'm gonna start to show, oh, I didn't realize you could see me scratching my chin in the reflection. Sorry about that. Okay, so here is some of her artwork. Do you see? It's just beautiful. So she is from the northwestern part of Australia, and it's called Kimberley Plateau, I believe. So she's from right up here. You know what? Every time I do this, I mess it up. I should never try to zoom in. I don't know why I do that. So I'm sure that you've all seen Aboriginal art where it's made of a series of, ooh, that was loud. It's made with a series of dots, right? So Queenie, the reason that I picked her was she was kind of a really interesting character. So she was born in 1920, and she to an indigenous tribe in Australia, and she is considered to be one of the best contemporary indigenous Australian artists, and you'll see why. But I want to tell you a little bit of the backstory of her. So she was never taken from her family as part of the official policy of assimilation that happened with Aboriginal people. So her mom kind of protected her from that, and so I think that she was able to live that life in a time where others were not. Others were taken from that. I'm not saying anything politically one way or another, but she was able to, her childhood was spent being taught the practical knowledge of her Aboriginal tribe. And so, like she was they managed cattle and horses. She would grow up to work with health and female service organizations before taking up painting in 1990. and she died in 1998. How amazing is that? She only created art professionally, so to speak, in the last 8 years of her life, which I think is just amazing. Her favorite subjects were the termite hills, the mounds, and she really liked the repetitive use of the mounds, and it kind of gives it an abstract feel. Aboriginal art in general, I will say, is the palette is all very natural, right? Hi, Marcy. Because their paints came from the earth, right? So, and they were all very warm and neutral. So like ochre, iron clay, black, those all came from natural things like charcoal and clay, etc. So we'll be creating with a toned down color palette if you want to stick with the Aboriginal feel. So the way that you're going to do that is either you have a set of paints that has more natural colors instead of brights, or you can do a little mixing and you can add a little bit of green to your red, a little bit of blue to your orange, and a little bit of violet to your yellow. And so that means that you're going to be adding the complementary color to your original color. Does that make sense? So if you want a toned down red, you're going to add a little bit of green, right? If you want a toned down yellow, you're going to add a little bit of violet. And in this case, I will say that a little bit goes a long way. Add a little bit, mix it up, see what you think, test it out on a piece of paper. I mean, all of that sounds like it takes a long time, but it doesn't really. So think about that. But remember that we're just being inspired by Queenie. So you can certainly you can choose your own color palette. You can choose your own subject matter. We're just going to be inspired by her and be inspired by the Aboriginal art of Australia. So I do have a couple of quotes for you from her, excuse me. Every rock, every hill, every water, I know that place backwards and forwards, up and down, inside and out. It's my country, and I got names for every place. I thought that was lovely. And just as there are many homes, there are many journeys home. Each one of us will have a difficult journey from anyone else. The journey home is mostly ongoing and in some ways never completed. It's a process of discovery and recovery. Isn't that wise? I thought that was so good. So, I was going to show you in one of my books, and this book is Color Harmony for Artists by Anna Victoria Calderon. She has some, this is all about mixing colors, but she has a whole 2-page spread on Aboriginal art colors. Do you see, like, her colors are all, her palette is very neutral and earth-based, if you get my drift. So, like, you could create this. Look at these beautiful circles. I love that. Look at this. Hey, Renee Arpon, how are you? This is beautiful too. So just really start to think about what you, how you want to interpret this style in your art journal. So I'm going to show you what I did. What I did was I did a little bit of research and I found, is everybody done looking at this? I hope. I did a little bit of research and there is some Aboriginal symbols. And so what I did was I found, which I thought was apropos for this group, is a circle with these little like U's, upside down U's circling it. Can you see that? I hope. This represents women gathering, and isn't that what we are? Or it could be men gathering. It's just humans gathering, which I thought was us. And so then I just started to kind of create a almost like a mandala effect, but very loosely based mandala. So I'm just going to start filling my space with circles and lines, and then I'll start painting. Does anybody have anything they want to ask or tell, or does anybody have any knowledge of Aboriginal art from Australia? I find it just fascinating, and it's just beautiful. This is a modern Aboriginal symbol, because I read that I think it's an awful lot like Native Americans here and Aboriginal people anywhere. Those symbols are very sacred to those people, and so I didn't want to do anything that was trampling on sacred stuff. So I think that I am going to, I do feel most comfortable if I pencil draw and then I go over it with my pen and then paint. I was thinking about painting like one base color and then building up colors on each of these little elements, but I don't know. How about Rennie? What are you gonna do you think? You're always gung-ho. Are you gonna pick something contemporary and do it in an Aboriginal style? Or are you gonna do something kind of in an Aboriginal subject matter? What are your ideas? I mean, and you know, as I was studying up on Aboriginal art, I thought, you know what's crazy? You know, rock painting is so, I know, don't you? I know, right, Rennie? Because I love mandalas, and I love the women gathering. I thought that was such a cool, well, it's so apropos for us, right? Oh, so I was talking about rock painting. You know, there are some of those, I'm sure everybody has been mesmerized by those YouTube videos where someone paints. I know. I have to kind of think about it too, Rennie. But you know what I'm feeling like? If I think about it like autumnal colors, then I think I'm good. So I think that I am going to paint with my, I have this set from Prima Marketing, and it is called Decadent Pies. So I think I'm going to use this and some of the colors from my classics and tropicals, and I might do a little mixing too, you know. So what I was saying about painting rocks, I'm sure everybody here has watched those videos of someone painting a big flat rock with dots, and they make it almost look like a mandala. And I just thought, isn't that, you know, so many times through this process, I have thought about how we carry that inspiration of those artists of the past within us, and it is it works its way into the current times, right? So that those dot rocks, its base of method of painting comes from Aboriginal art. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? Like I was telling did I tell you guys, or did I tell, I don't know. I talked to about 6 people in my whole life. But anyway, we were driving through, my sister and I, when we were driving to my mom and dad's house, we were driving through a town right on the border of Wisconsin and Michigan. And they have, you know how they have those public works of art. And this town happened to have fish. And there was, so there were fish painted in all different styles. And there was a fish that was painted in the style of Mondrian. And I just, oh my gosh, why didn't I ask my sister to stop so I could take a picture? I don't know. But anyway, it was amazing. And I mean, just think about how your art is affected by all of these artists that we've studied, but also that you see it in your world, out in the wild. You see, you know, things that remind you of Matisse or Van Gogh, or, I mean, Keith Haring. He's everywhere. He used to be everywhere, and now he's kind of coming back. Warhol is everywhere, but there's new interpretations of his works. So I just think that, you know, we have so much rich inspiration around us. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? Let's see. I think I'm going to fill this in with more circles. I'm really digging that. My whole wedding was polka dots. My cake, my dress, everything was polka dots. White with black polka dots. Except my dress was white on white. White with white polka dots. But everything was polka dots. Cummerbunds and bow ties and just polka dots everywhere. I just kind of love dots. So, let's see. I'm trying to find. Carmen, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you feeling like you're going to paint, draw? How are you going to interpret this style of art today? Mom, is it snowing there? I will totally post a picture. It's very early 90s, I'm just going to say. Our kids just laugh and laugh and laugh. Everybody wore great big glasses. Whatever, rotten kids. I will absolutely share a picture. And I'm telling you, I look at how much people spend on weddings now. Oh, please. We thought we were going for broke. And I think our whole wedding probably cost maybe $3,000. I don't even know if it was that. We had so many amazing friends and family who helped us. We were so lucky. I put my whole family to work rolling up scrolls and making little sachets with flowers, potpourri from flowers from some distant relatives in Canada. You know, everything in my wedding had to be meaningful. Oh gosh, I think back now. Poor family. But they love me and they do go along with all my crazy schemes. That's for sure. So I'm feeling like I want to fill my entire page. But I don't know, like maybe I want to do some of those like circle and a circle and a circle and a circle, you know, like circles surrounded by circles. I mean, that might be kind of cool. I'm just really liking that, that idea. No snow today. Well, that's good. I heard about Mr. Messer. I'm so sorry. A family friend of my parents and relative of my aunt has passed. Her father passed, and that's awfully sad. But he was 100 years old. How amazing is that? Really? In a treehouse? How cool was that, Nancy? Oh my gosh. I'm loving that, loving that, loving that. Oh my gosh. Hey Doris, you're new here. I'm glad that you joined us. We are studying Aboriginal art by Queenie McKenzie today. So we need to incorporate her name and Indigenous Aboriginal artist somewhere on here. 1920 to, what did I say? 1998, I believe, are her dates. And her work is in galleries and collections all over the world. It's just amazing to me. Hey, Steph, how are you? We are studying Aboriginal art today. Oh my gosh, Nancy, oh my gosh, do you have a pic? Can you share a picture from that? A tree house. How romantic is that? Oh my gosh, I just love it. I just love it. That's for sure. So, Stephanie, girls who are just joining us, we are studying Aboriginal art today by Queenie McKenzie. She is an Aboriginal artist from Australia. And we are filling our pages with, I was telling them that the center symbol here represents a gathering of people, or gathering of men, or gathering of women. So I said as gathering of women, and my dad. So this circle with the upside down U's is that symbol. So I thought that was appropriate for today, for this Saturday class. So, anyway, and then I kind of, hey Jen, how are you? I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're here. So we're doing Aboriginal art today, inspired by Queenie McKenzie. From Jennifer is from Australia, so I'm sure she will correct me if I am wrong on my Australia info. But she was from the Kimberley what? Kimberley, what is it, Jennifer? Kimberley, is it Kimberley Station? No, Kimberley, oh golly, I don't remember now. But anyway, hi Amy, how are you? So, and then we were talking about how we are, you know, it's so interesting how the art world, like any industry, is Kimberly Plateau. Thank you, Allison. Is inspired by its past all the time, right? I think that any industry is, like architecture is inspired by its past roots, and well, gosh, look at medicine even. Medicine goes, you know, they going back to so many holistic methods now. So all of the things that we're doing in this class, that's just going to make your artsy arsenal in your noggin so much richer. And you're just going to have so much to call upon whenever you're creating. My dad recovered this amazing cabinet in their kitchen. And my dad is an artisan when it comes to wood. His work is second to none. And he's a perfectionist. I'm sure that I was a bit of a frustration to him because I'm absolutely not a perfectionist. My sister is much more like my father. But my parents are both artisans in their own right. My mother is a quilter, and she carves ducks and birds, and she knits. So I'm having a hard time. Look at this. It's like I can't chew gum and draw at the same time. Because this is not looking very circular at all, is it? Anyway, I come by my creativity very naturally. That's for sure. Now I'm just drawing circles to draw circles, I think. Honestly. But I'm kind of digging it. So Stephanie, what are you thinking? What are you going to do? Oh, let me show you the color palette that I found in another book that I have on Aboriginal dot art. Do you see the color palette is all very natural and quite earth tony, and so do you see why I said you could bring any medium you wanted? I almost always go back to watercolors and colored pencils, but you could certainly do this with acrylics, or just your colored pencils, or just your markers. I mean, really think about, you could be the world is your oyster when it comes to this one. What are you using, Stephanie? Are you using Decadent Pies, or do you have something else? I'm dying to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Remember that commercial back in the day? So I am going to just continue to fill my... Ooh, I was thinking about that too, Steph. Because it's so detaily, although where's my Grandma Moses, I just started with like a base of color with my watercolors, and then I thought I would enhance with my colored pencils. I'm kind of digging that. I am. I don't think I have anything else that's quite like that, but where you had to fill in lots of bits and pieces, but I'm feeling like a watercolor wash maybe, and then coming in with more colors over it. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe do like kind of a goldenrod, like a washed out goldenrod kind of color, the whole thing. Like now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it would have been wiser to paint my whole background and then draw on top of that and then enhance. This is the, it's the Creative Journal. I think it's by Diane Reevely. So here's the thing though, Steph. This is mixed media paper. It is not watercolor paper. And so you have to work a little bit to get, I mean, it certainly won't kill you. It'll make you stronger as an artist. But I have found, I think it's called Creative Journal. I have found that Diane Reevely, sorry. Diane Reevely's Delusions Creative Journal. And this is the big one. So I have found that I just need to work differently. I just need to be patient and work differently than when I'm working with watercolor paper. Because you don't have much time for, you don't have much wiggle room. And so you don't, like, you have to blend quickly. You have to, hey Lenora, how are you? You really need to pay attention to, so I do find myself doing smaller areas. That's why I'm feeling like maybe, if I do, that I should have done a big wash. Yes, that's what I'm kind of feeling like, Renee. I'm feeling like, because remember, once you paint over pencil, you cannot erase it. So I'm feeling like I wish I would have thought, and you know what? It was a passing thought, but you know, then I was doing 100 other things, you know how we do. I should have just painted the background, given myself like that base of a nice earthy golden, not like goldy like Klimt, like, you know, earthy gold. Do you, Renee? I think that but it's not, as you can't move color as much as you can on watercolor paper. So you just have to adapt, right? You can adapt to anything. You could make all of your art in a notebook if you wanted. I just think that, and that strengthens you as an artist, right? The more that you can adapt your materials and your tools to work for you, right? To just get to know those tools, whether it's paint, pencils, whatever, your journal, whatever your substrate is, get to know it. Know its capabilities, know its limits, know its what it can and can't do. I guess that's the best way to put it. I hope that helps. Does that help everybody? I hope. Okay, so I'm going to keep drawing circles because now I'm going to have to go over this whole thing with pen and then start my painting. And we kind of get impatient, don't we? We want to add color right away. I don't know why we do, but we do. I think that's when it starts to really take shape and, oh, really? Oh, that's interesting, Renee. That's interesting. Yes, it can hold quite a bit of moisture, certainly. It just doesn't, you can't move the color like you can on watercolor paper. Not that that's good or bad. It's just the truth about this particular paper. So you just have to do it differently, right? And like I said, that is what will make you grow as an artist. Using what you have and making it work to get the results that you want, right? Because I will tell you, most everything that we've done in this class if you remember back, the only tools that we use are a pencil, an eraser, watercolors, colored pencils, a color wheel, sometimes a ruler, not very often. But those basic tools, I think you can make work with pretty much everything. And the more you use them, the more you play with them, the more you get to know them. And then you're an expert with, if what you have is Crayola watercolors, then you become an expert with those Crayola watercolors. If what you have is Rose Art colored pencils, then you become an expert with Rose Art colored pencils. Because it's not that you can't achieve most methods. It's that you just have to work a little harder or tweak your application in a different way. Yeah, I love it because it's thick and it has a nice sturdy cover and it does lay flat. I got it because Keely and I took a class a long time ago called Life Documented, and it was like mixed media boot camp. It was so much. You're gonna use colored pencils. Oh, that's a great idea, Rennie. So you used a Sharpie. Interesting. Well, I'm anxious to see. I am. I was thinking I wanted to kind of incorporate her name in here somehow. I don't know. Maybe. And don't you just think, gosh, don't you wish you could have met some of these amazing artists that we've studied and like had a conversation with them and asked them, like, why did you do it that way? And what would they create today with the materials available to us? You know? Would they like it? Would they think, I don't know, would they be intrigued? The dogs are outside, can you tell? Honestly. And we just got winter grass put in, so they'll be muddy, disgusting messes. That's for sure. Indigenous. I love my ultrafine Sharpies. Interesting. I did pick up some new, so I'm still using the ones, remember that I told you I had gotten at Scraps of Love, the Unipins. I'm still really using them. Whoops. But I did pick up some others when I was there the other day, so I will bring those to class next week sometime and tell you what I'm thinking. But I also have those Karen markers that I got from the store in Michigan, in Marshall, Michigan. I was telling some, I don't remember when I shared those, but I shared the store information, and so they look like this. And they're a brush marker, and they they're made in Poland, and they hold water-based ink, I believe. So I'm anxious to play with those. So, anyway. Did I spell indigenous correctly? Interesting. And they don't move with water-based paints on top. Renee and Rennie. The Sharpies do not. I'm asking you. Let's see. Australian. So, Jennifer, what part of Australia do you live in? Hey, Sherry, how are you? We are studying Aboriginal dot art from Australia today. And the artist's name is Queenie McKenzie. Isn't that darling? I just love that name. Hi, Becky. How are you? How are you today? Hey, Cindy. How are you? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. So, thanks, Nance. Cindy, I am doing a Bible journaling class I had talked about. I will be putting more information. You probably got it in your email last night, it is November 14th on, and it will be in a private Facebook group. So anyway, check it out. The purchasing information is on my website under featured classes because I do want to add to them. This is my first one teaching in, a little bit different way. So Becky, if you are, oh, Sherry, I know, but here's the thing that I just adore about you. Even if you miss the class, you always participate. I always see your creations in the private Facebook group. I love that. I do. So Becky, if you are brand new here, please follow me at Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And be sure to send me your, DM me your email address and ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott. Hi, Glenella. How are you? You look like you are new here too. So be sure to, just what I was saying to Becky, be sure to follow me at Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And also I have a private Facebook group. That's where we share our creations and some just, you know, we just have this beautiful community. I just want everyone who's nice to join us, because that's one of our big rules, is you have to be nice. And so be sure to ask to join that. It's called Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott. And one of the questions is to give me your email address. Be sure to do that so that I can share with you what's happening in the artsy world of Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs. We have so much cool stuff happening and coming up very quickly, especially at the end of October, beginning of November, and then into the new year. We have all kinds of fun new stuff going on. So we are studying Aboriginal art, Glenella and Becky. We are, the artist that we're following is Queenie McKenzie. She was born in 1920 and passed in 1998, and only was a professional, so to speak, artist from 1990 on. So she did this amazing, she has this amazing body of work that she created in 8 years. So I just think she's just a testament to fortitude, and it's never too late. You can, you know, you can do whatever you want to. That's what I say. You can do whatever you want. I hope everybody is inspired and is making lots of dots, dots, dots. That's for sure. And Becky and Glenella, just know that I also do, I do classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays with my art printables. So you print off one of my art printables and then we create with them together at 2 o'clock Arizona time. So you just have to do the math about when that is for you. Glenella, where are you located? Are you in the United States, number one, or are you one of our far-flung friends? And how about you, Becky? Hi, Annalisa. How are you? I got your beautiful mail. Thank you very much. You were much too generous, so I'll be sending you something. And I love all of the art you posted. I love, love, love it. I love number one, I love that you were also patient with me commenting on everything. And I think I still have a little ways to go, but I did do a bunch of it last night. And I just, you know, I will just tell you, I am so grateful for this community. You inspire me every day, and your artwork is amazing. I love that you've all just embraced this whole process and journey, and gosh, we've had a time, haven't we? So good. I love it, love it, love it. Let's see. I thought I brought a pen up here. This one's kind of skinny. Absolutely. Don't you believe that, Renee? Absolutely. And I think people that, you know, I think that sometimes we just need to, you know, we just need a little encouragement. And I feel like that's what our community is. We're just a community of encouragement. Oh my gosh, hasn't it, Cindy? Hasn't it? Because I feel like we can still spend time together, create together, even if it's over this funny device. And even if I'm sitting in my kitchen talking to myself, I'm not really talking to myself. I appear that I am, but I'm talking to all of you. And I love that. And I love that we keep it going too. I mean, I have classes on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, but in between, I know somebody's going to post something in that group. And I know that then that's going to like fill up that Wednesday. Like I will be like, oh, I didn't think about that color combination, or oh, I didn't think about filling the whole page with that, or making it small, or whatever. I just feel like genius breeds genius, especially in art, you know? And don't you think, Cindy, that it just gives us something else to focus on? I mean, the pandemic is here. There's nothing I can do to make the pandemic go away except wear my mask and wash my hands and stay 6 feet away from people. But I can brighten the world of my friends, and you brighten mine right back. I just feel like it has turned the ickiness of the pandemic into something amazing, right? That's what I think. That's just my thoughts. So I am still liking these. Well, thank you, Cindy. That's awfully nice. And isn't it something to look forward to? Yes, yes, yes. I mean, it's, for me, it's making me delve deeper into my well of artisans that I know, and that I've studied in the past, and branching out into different ones, you know? But then also, that I get to, you know, it makes me prepare for these days. And I look forward to just chatting with you and finding out what's going on in your world. Like, remember, Nancy has surgery on Monday, so we need to all send her positive vibes. And then she will be seeing like gangbusters by the time we do Bible journaling, Nance. I can't believe only 5 minutes are left. How does it go by so fast? You know, that's just crazy to me. Ooh, Annalisa, I love that you did Keith Harding. I love that you did drawings with your grandkids last night. I bet they loved it. I bet they loved it. Let's see. So don't forget, Tuesday is the debut of something amazing, and I can hardly wait to share it with you. So join me on Tuesday, and then Thursday we have another art printable coming out. Joyce Ann, my amazing aunt. Oh, I love that. I love that, because you know what? That's planting creative seeds in their noggins too, Annalisa, you know? And it's making their world a little bit bigger and broadening their artistic horizons. Like Rennie had her 10-year-old, what did she, was it, I'm just thinking. She took part in, it might have been Keith Haring too. I think. I love that, you know what? Because they're going to remember those names, or they're going to remember those styles, and they're going to see it out in the wild in their life too. And that's just amazing. I just love it. I just love it. Because all of our lives are richer. I mean, isn't that better than watching the news 24 hours a day? Good gravy. We can't do anything about that, but we can play with colors and shapes and patterns and study artists. Yes, that's right. Yes, I love it, love it, love it. That's right, Rennie. I love that. So, Didn't her rocks, did she said she wanted it to look like a sloth? Is that what she said? So I guess it's probably time to sign off. I do need to clean up my table before my mother-in-law gets here because, you know, there's paint everywhere. Hey, Jan, how are you? Jan and I were chatting late last night. Did you try it, Jan? Did you try purchasing the Bible journaling class? Shut up, Rennie. I love that. I love that she has a theme and that she could, I mean, so that's the coolest thing, right? She could do a sloth in every style that we have studied. And how amazing would that be? So I'm going to have my sister test it, and make sure that it works. I think that it does, but I was testing it and I was tired last night. And so that's not a good thing. So I will test it, and then I will put something out on social media so that you guys know that it's working. How does that sound? Ding, ding, ding. It's time. Okay. Thank you, Nance. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy that you come and participate and keep me company and enrich my world. I just love it, you guys. I do. And I'm so grateful. Thank you so very much for taking time out of your lives to make art with me and to share your art with all of us too. And to just keep this community going. We have this most amazing community. I just love it. Thank you so much. And don't forget, come on Tuesday because I have something so amazing to share with you. Paula, you got to watch us on the replay. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.